I'm going to do a series of short videos looking at the road safety audit report that was produced for the Eric Street shared path in Cottesloe and compare the findings to the coverage of the audit report in the local paper back in October 2023. I'll leave it to you to decide whether that coverage was accurate and balanced or sensationalised garbage. To quote from the Subiaco Post, the professional audit has identified multiple safety problems and potentially fatal conflict points at the controversial new cycle and pedestrian path along Eric Street, Cottesloe. Residents who complained to Cottesloe Council about the safety of the path appear to have been vindicated by the report that was presented to Council this week. Well, look, I think the audit report by Shawmat Consulting is the best one that I've read, although I've got to say I haven't read that many. It's professional, it's measured, and it certainly picks up on all the features that don't conform with the Austroads design guides. It lists 14 findings, and today we're going to have a look at finding 2.3, which covers the narrowing of the shared path at the Gadsden Street intersection with the shared path. The issue is that should a cyclist run off the path into the verge, this would increase the resultant injury. And I guess they're assuming you're going to get your wheel caught in the hole and you're going to flip over the handlebars or something. Their recommendation was to fill the verge area flush with the shared path. Now, Council adopted this finding at the October meeting, and staff estimated it would cost about $200 to fill the gap with concrete, and they did that soon after the October meeting. Now, as you can see from the videos, there was certainly a gap there, but I could never work out how someone would ride off the path and into that gap, unless they were riding home from the pub late at night after a big session in the beer garden. That said, I'm not going to argue with the Austroad standards or the audit findings, and I think filling that gap with concrete certainly looks better than leaving it as a hole full of weeds. I've already covered finding 2.2 in another video about the installation of bollards outside the OBH, and I'll link to that video at the end. Well, that leaves 12 more findings to cover. What I'm interested in seeing is whether there is any particular finding that vindicates the residents who thought the path was unsafe. Is it just the vibe of the whole thing that makes it unsafe? Or do the staff at the Subiaco Post and some residents just not understand how a road safety audit works? What do you think so far? Does the shared path look exceptionally dangerous to you or not? Stay tuned for more.